Every gamer's dream is to own an RTX 5090, even at the risk of frying their house due to a faulty cable connection. Ever since AMD gave up on releasing top-tier competitors, many have cried out for a savior. And apparently, those prayers were answered by a startup from Sunnyvale, California. Right now, in May 2026, the hype around the Zeus chip announcement is breaking the internet. People are considering selling their Nvidia cards because a newcomer company promised a GPU 5 to 13 times faster than an RTX 5090. What Bolt Graphics did was look at the hardware design of the last 2 decades and throw it all in the trash. The first thing they blew up was Nvidia's biggest source of profit, the VRAM monopoly. To this day, if you buy a graphics card, the GDDR memory comes soldered onto it. If you need 128 gigabytes or more to run a massive artificial intelligence model, do you know what you do today? You cry. And then you buy 3 professional Nvidia cards for 30 grand. Zeus inverted the logic. The board comes with a base of fast soldered memory, but it has slots to plug in laptop RAM sticks. Yes, standard DDR5 sticks. Zeus supports an insane 384 gigabytes of RAM. You can buy a high-end 128 gigabytes kit at the corner store for about $1,000 and have the capacity of a supercomputer in your bedroom. Or you can join our deals group to find the best prices at the most reliable stores. But regardless of where you buy the memory, Bolt is giving you the road and saying, buy the asphalt wherever you want. The cost to build a machine like this drops by about 17 times compared to Nvidia. We have the base model with 132 gigabytes of RAM consuming only 120 watts. That's less power than your gaming monitor uses to display the game menu, delivering 20 teraflops of performance. And for the megalomaniacs, the monster with 4 chiplets supports a base of 256 gigabytes and delivers 80 teraflops while consuming 500 watts. Yes, 500 watts is a lot. It's a powerful space heater, but if you remember that you need 12 RTX 5090s melting your house's cables to reach that amount of memory, 500 watts starts to look like an eco-friendly bargain. But Alice, standard DDR5 memory is much slower than Nvidia's GDDR7. That's gonna lag. Yes, Zeus's DDR5 is about 10 times slower in bandwidth than the RTX 5090's memory. It's like comparing a 10-lane highway to a 2-lane country road. But here comes Bolt's insane genius. They don't want you to play Counter-Strike at 800 frames per second. Zeus was designed for path tracing, the heavy evolution of ray tracing. They created hardware that guesses light rays and loads entire worlds into this massive memory. To them, it doesn't matter if the road is narrow. What matters is that the parking lot is the size of the moon. A render that used to take 1 hour on a standard server farm, Bolt promises to do in less than 6 minutes. Like I said, Bolt's rendering engine is programmed to be a psychic. The chip organizes the data and guesses what the GPU will need to process before it even asks for it. Imagine you're at a restaurant. The Nvidia waiter waits for you to ask for water, runs 300 miles per hour to the kitchen, and brings the glass. The Bolt waiter walks slowly, but he already left the water pitcher on your table before you even knew you were thirsty. That's how they mitigate latency and destroy Nvidia in path tracing. And there's another detail that makes Nvidia foam at the mouth. Zeus has an integrated RISC-V processor. In other words, it runs Linux all by itself. The card is its own computer. It doesn't even need to talk to your Intel or AMD processor through the motherboard bus. The dev kits even come with extra PCIe lanes, so you can link one GPU to another, bypassing the PC entirely. Bolt also integrated 400 and 800 GB network ports right onto the silicon. The Intel or AMD processor bottleneck has been demoted to a mere supporting character that only serves to turn the machine on, while the Zeus GPUs do the real work talking to each other at absurd speeds. It's as if the graphics card gained consciousness and said, I'll handle this myself. So, is Nvidia bankrupt? Is Jensen Huang going to sell his leather jacket? Not so fast. Zeus is a precision monster for calculating electromagnetic waves and real-world physics, but when it comes to training heavy artificial intelligence, Nvidia laughs. Nvidia rules the world because they sell the language that AI speaks, the CUDA ecosystem. If a developer tries to run current models on the RISC-V processor, it'll be like trying to teach Chinese poetry to a dog. Without optimized software, Zeus is just a Ferrari on a gravel road. Lots of power, zero utility. But Nvidia is only laughing because they are cheating at the math game. Pay attention to the difference. Nvidia and AMD chips focused on AI like the GB300 and the MI400 are optimized for low-precision formats like FP4 and FP8. They take mathematical shortcuts. To train an AI that generates images of cats riding skateboards, you don't need exact numbers, you need billions of quick approximations. But Zeus was built for FP64 double precision. It doesn't take shortcuts. In electromagnetic wave simulations or heavy fluid mechanics, Bolt claims the Zeus 4C is up to 300 times faster than the RTX 599. Because Zeus doesn't want to hallucinate an AI AI, it wants to simulate the thermal behavior of a nuclear reactor without missing a single decimal point. Nvidia sells approximation, Bolt is selling exact reality. However, the Zeus test chip was made on a TSMC 12nm lithography node. While Nvidia is already down to 4 nanometers, Bolt is using technology from the last decade, and their promise for mass production is only for late 2027. In the hardware market, promising performance 2 years from now is the equivalent of Microsoft promising that Project Windows K2 will solve all of Windows 11's problems. It might even be true, but you better not trust it. But let's be realistic. Zeus doesn't want to beat Nvidia in training Claude. Their mission is different. They want a lone data scientist to be able to run a massive artificial intelligence model locally, without paying cloud rent to Amazon, Google, or SpaceX. They are democratizing memory. So, is it a scam? No, it's brilliant science. The details are on their official website. The link is in the description. And before you run away from this video, leave it in the comments if you have the courage to wait until 2027 to abandon Nvidia, or if you've already accepted being their hostage for the rest of your life. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. For now, I'll take a break to have some tea with my buddy Kojima.